Hello guys and welcome back to a new video. As you can see in the title, today I will be discussing why currently League of Legends is dying. Just a heads up, I don't think the game will die. It will eventually die as any other games, but it will stay alive for many years just for how huge the player bases are. But I think I have a bit of experience to say this because I play League of Legends season 5, the early seasons 5, and I've been an active player since then. And since season 5, season 4, maybe even season 6 was probably the peak of how many players were active then. I think that you can literally conclude that the game wasn't good. It's not anymore. Let me just reformulate this. It's not as good as it was before. And why is that happening? There are some couple of reasons. The first is the meta, and probably this is probably the most important factor. Since season season 5 had a bit before, but since season 6, you have seen huge meta changes. Like you have seen the Juggernaut meta, then the support meta, the Ardent meta, and then the the Mage meta. And if you try to think a bit, like the only way to win a game in that meta is you need to play the meta, you need to buy Ardent or go bot lane Mage. It was the only way to win the game because if you like didn't buy Ardent or didn't go an ordinary AD carry versus a Swain or versus a Vladimir versus something else, you will automatically lose, or probably your chances are really low to win the game. And that is the thing that it's frustrating many players, including me, because I played versus this in the previous seasons, and it's not really en- enjoyable. Like just probably the bigger cases are the season 7 and season 8. Let's just recap that season 7. Literally every single support was a Karma or Lulu or a Janna or Sona, something with shields or heals, and every single time they buy Ardent, and then the game will go on until 40 minutes, and then the team with the better late game wins. Season 8, you need, since AD carries were massively reworked with the items and a bit nerfs, mages were a thing botline, and you can play anything you want, like even Teemo could be a pick, and you have better chances winning with a Teemo than actually with an AD carry because AD carry items were so expensive that you couldn't even hit your spike before the game ended. And if you can see a bit, there is a trend right here because in access to win the game, you need to play the meta. And this is a thing that upsets some players because if you need to play the meta in order to win the game will become repetitive, will become same over the same, and it will become repetitive. I mean, I can't say this word, but you understand what I mean. And if the games keep getting repetitive, the players will get bored eventually, and they will leave the game and play other games that are on the market right now. And that is why League of Legends is a bit dying because even now you need to play certain champions to win. If you look down the last champions that got released since 2 years ago, you have Camille, you have Cheyenne Rakan, you have Ornn. I'm counting the rework champions also. You have Evelynn, Zoe, Kai'Sa, Pyke, Aatrox, Akali. You have also Irelia, and then you have Nunu and Nico, and I'm not counting these two because Nunu is really weak. Like it's funny to play, but it's still weak. And Nico just got released like a couple of weeks, and we can really not say much about her. But all these champions, I forgot to mention Urgot. All of these champions, if you look their win rate, it's actually really good. Like most of them are have decent win rates and are probably the best champions in their roles and probably the best champions in the meta right now. Why is that? Because Riot wants this to happen this way. They want that you need to pick this champion and you need to play by this certain item, and if you do that, you probably have a bigger chance to win. If you look older champions like Volibear, Udyr, but Udyr it's actually decent, but still Udyr, Kyle, Talia that got nerfed to the ground. I don't know. There are many more, but I'm forgetting the champions. If you look down the older champions, they are rarely getting played. And why is that? Because they are not on the meta. And there was a time back in season 5, season 4, you could play anything you want. Besides a 5 champions that were extremely bad, like Aatrox, the old Aatrox, old Urgot, even the old Rise, they were completely bad. But if you could play almost any champion and you could win the game by you have like it was a fair game. It was there always was an OP champions, but you could defeat them if you had the skill to actually play your champion. But right now the meta is not that. The meta is you need to play this champion, you need actually to buy this item. Like in AD carry, if you look at it, you need to always buy Stone Razor for some reason. Why is that? Because the item is just so overpowered. If you are playing mid laner, you need always to buy Trinity Force. If you are playing ERL, you need to buy also this item because it's the best for her. If you don't buy this item, it will eventually not go well, and you can say, yeah, the champions always need to buy this item. I can agree with that, but even earlier, like this game didn't have many items, but the way that Riot is giving to this, like just look last year, what happened to Banner of Command? It got buffed extremely hard, and every single ranked game there was banner. And in actually some of the games, all 10 people buys banner. It was a battle of banners, and which team got the Baron first, which will won good game because Baron with the Baron, it was just extremely overpowered, and they actually need to remove the item. Same thing happened to Zizirot a couple of years ago when the item was just extremely overpowered. Even top laners, mid laners, supports buy that, and literally Zizirot was destroying and pushing the lanes and creating amazing points of pressure, and you need to go there and then you create a 4v5 situation and you could win the fight by just doing that. And since then CZ got nerfed, and you can start to see a pattern. Also this happened to a lot of another items that I'm not going to discuss, but you can see like the way that Riot is trying to deal with this is you need to play certain item, you need to buy certain items, and you need to play certain champions in order to have a greater chance to win. Like let's look at Irelia. Like Irelia is always for some reason destroying every single time the the games, and the nerfs that she is getting is nothing more than movement speed but nerfs, and last nerf was actually a decent one, the W nerf, but it's still not good enough. Look at Akali, look at Aatrox, look at Urgot. They feel extremely overpowered when I am playing it, and I literally smash every single person that I face in when I'm playing these champions. Besides, if you look like last season, Kaisa, in that year, since Kaisa was released, she was the best single AD carry throughout the years, and she got I think she almost got one nerf, two nerfs when she got released, and when they nerfed every AD part, when they buffed extremely hard their AP. So I don't consider really that a nerf, but he was the best AD carry throughout all year, going into Wars as the best AD carry to play it. Um, you have the case of Pike, same thing. You have the case of Shai and Rakan. They are still the best on their roles, or the best. Zoe, I don't think I need to say much. Ornn, extremely overpowered when he got released, and then he got nerfed, but now he's getting buff again with his W, getting back his unstoppable way. And this kind of stuff, like bring always need to play this game, only needs to play the same champions. It's getting boring, really frustrating many players, and their players are leaving for another games like Fortnite, Overwatch, CS:GO, Dota, and another games that are out there. And since the gaming competition is a lot harder now, because just look at the last games released, they are really extremely good. Players are deciding to playing another games because that games are more enjoyable, because League of Legends is lost what makes this game so good: diversity. This game was the best thing that was about this game is diversity, and it still is, but it's not as was anymore, because you keep playing, or you keep playing against Irelia and these all other champions that are new to the game, or you also will play these games, these champions, because they are the overpowered ones, and you need actually to play these champions in order to actually win games. If you look at ranked games, you always see Irelias, Akali's, if you don't ban them, and it's getting really repetitive and boring. I think the way they tended to solve this is actually to balance things out between the new champions, because the Riot is also always think of the players, but they always think of the money. Like, let's be honest here, and you can see like the skins that they are always been releasing is always for the new champions and the popular champions. Uh, but the older champions are really getting a bit forgotten. Like, if you look at Kaisa, she already got a mythic skin. Like, she got released like 10 months ago. Um, Even Irelia skin, a lot of skins. Urgot, Aatrox, I think is getting a new skin this patch. I think it is Aatrox. Lux, Katarina, like Fiora, all these champions are getting always new skins, but the older champions like Volibear, Talia, I really still got a skin, but yeah. Ilawa, they are keeping getting forgotten, like, and the older players are getting also forgotten because they were hit by to the diversity, and you can say, but League of Legends got probably the broke the record of the final of the Worlds that got the spectators record, but and there's a reason for that, because Riot is trying to increase their market of the players bases on Asia and other sub-emergent regions like Africa, South America, South Asia, Oceania, I can't say the word right. And also because since the finals were in Korea and there was a China team in there, a lot of Asians watched that final, and that's why the the record was break because they are trying to extend their market in their regions, but the older players, the OG players that played since season one, since the beta of this game, are currently living for another better games that are out there and create create more diversity like Fortnite. Just look at that. They are every single day they put a new thing out. They are creating diversity and prevent the game from dying because that is a thing that will just kill the game. It is get boring and repetitive and the same over and over again. And League of Legends is becoming that. Why? Because Riot is deliberately doing that. If they don't understand that, that's another thing. But they are keeping doing the same thing over and over again. They keep overpowering the new champions, creating items that you need actually to buy them in order to win. And that's just my opinion. If you concur or if you don't, please just say in the comments. I'm finishing my video from here. Um, if you I think there is not much more to say. I think it's just poor that the game is going this way because I really like this game. But yeah, I hope this chance this. As you guys know, Riot is always trying to get new persons to play it, but with this happening every single day, it's not going to do much more. Well, guys, if you like the video, please leave a like, and as always, see you next time. Goodbye.